Study, reflect, and listen to the Lord. Let Him direct your steps. That's how you treasure each day. Hello, I am back here with Tricia, and I want her to tell you why she believes in using essential oils.
Oh, okay. So, to go back to the beginning, I did not believe in the oils at
You were
all.
skeptical.
I was. And I had many, many friends. Growing up and living in Utah, and the essential oil companies that are big are all based there.
Okay.
So that's pretty prevalent in Utah. Multiple companies, and they're everywhere. I felt like it was witch doctor stuff, you know? Yeah, you believe that oil's going to get you better? Yeah, you're crazy. So I was not a believer. And I have a very dear friend who we started dating. He put me in his truck. We go for a ride, and he's got peppermint diffusing, and I'm thinking he's a quack just like everybody else.
Right?
And I asked him about it, and he pulled out his peppermint, and he says, it kills my headaches. And I was like, what are you talking about? And a few days later, I had a headache, and he just hopped in the car, and we'll turn on the vents, and I kid you not, the headache goes away. So how is that?
Was it coincidence, though?
Could be. I've learned that, and if you have an intense headache, there's other products, but peppermint's just a basic one. You can actually rub it in your temples. It's not hot. It doesn't hurt, and your headaches go away. It also, if you've ever eaten an Altoids and it makes your sinuses clear, it does the same thing, and it's super powerful, super strong. So diffusing it helps you, like if you don't sleep well and because you can't breathe well, you diffuse it at night, it helps you to sleep. Obviously you need to do your research because it has other effects as well.
Sure. Like my husband, I know he has high blood pressure, and so he's not supposed to have the peppermint because it can elevate that. Right,
but it also, if you've ever had morning sickness, and peppermint is supposed to soothe stomach issues, right? Yeah. And so you could take some with the ingestible and soothe your stomach. Ginger does the same thing.
It's funny you say that, because when I was a teacher, my students, if they would complain of a stomach ache and I didn't really know that they were really sick, they were just trying to get out of class for some reason, I would give them a peppermint.
Yes, because it works.
And they'd be fine, because that's what I learned that they do at the nurse when they go to the nurse. So I just kept them in class.
And so it is, I mean, honestly, it's an ancient secret that we've all known, but what we have on the market now is loaded with sugar and other fillers, and you're not getting that pure. With the oils, you're getting something 100% pure. You could put a drop on your stomach and rub it in.
I know it's sure helped me with my food allergies.
Yes.
The oils have the lemon, lemon, lavender, and peppermint. That combination seems to help me be able to handle the dairy that I'm allergic to.
Right.
Which means if I can still eat ice cream and cheese, I'm happy.
There's so many different oils that do different things. You'd really have to do some research. I'm just showing you some basics.
So what are some resources? Where do you do this research? How do you find out what's legit? Because there's so much crap on social media and on Google. How do you know what's real and what's not?
That's a fantastic question.
What resources do you use?
Again, for me, it goes back to, calling the companies and asking them to be upfront and open. And so then that gives me that level of trust in that company. So I would always go to their website first. You can go to third-party websites and search up. Okay. But I also am a firm believer in that you just find out what that plant's properties are for yourself. Know for yourself what the properties of that plant are. Another one is ginger. Everyone knows that ginger beer, ginger calms an upset stomach. So why would that not tell you that ginger oil would work the same way in a much more potent form? And so I think you just have to, it doesn't matter where that source is coming from if you know you've done your diligent research on the product.
So that made me think of another question. Do you worry about side effects? Like when you take an aspirin or certain medicines, what do we have to worry about if we start using essential oils?
Well, I think with everything, there's always that anomaly that someone might be. Okay. But one example that I have for that, and it's funny you bring that up because I didn't think about this, my son is allergic to every single thing that grows.
Oh, wow.
And
like the ragweed and thing. You said with
ragweed and
allergies.
sage.
Yeah.
And I've always been afraid of using those around him. through some research, he can ingest and inhale the sage oil.
Okay.
And I believe, and everything I've found is it's because it's in a pure form.
Wow.
So.
Okay. That's great information. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for more from Nation Station.